money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB. I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 4-4-4 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating.
Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, this is the National Football League. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Mecole Hardman on the return.
Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Mecole Hardman. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs take over here, and their win streak now at 12 games dating back to last year in the playoffs. So they passed one of their sternest tests yet, winning at Baltimore on Monday Night Football in Week 3. And they'll get another tough test Week 4 as the Patriots come to Arrowhead for a much-anticipated matchup. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Chiefs.
Oh, On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Tyreek Hill certainly makes the front office look good when they spend a 5th-round pick on a guy. Then in his first 4 seasons, 4 Pro Bowl nominations. Anytime he touches the football, he's a threat to take it the distance. Hard to get on the ground one-on-one in the open field. If you miss, in the blink of an eye, he's putting 6 on the board.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Mahomes pass.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, 6-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the 2nd most in his career. 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
It's 2nd down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. He's got it at the 15. And all the way down to the 5. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 59 yards.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, there's a sight that fans were used to seeing a little bit more earlier in his career. Just 3 rushing touchdowns last year for Russell Wilson. He's had as many as 6 in a season. I think he's a lot more selective, a little more judicious about running the football now, but still scares the heck out of any defense when he decides to tuck it and go.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Hardman on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And the Seattle Seahawks 3-0 to start 2020. It wasn't easy in week 3. It was entertaining. 38-31. They found a way to get the win over Dak and the Dallas Cowboys. But Russell Wilson, who has famously never gotten so much as an MVP vote, I think he's going to get some if he keeps this up. 5 touchdown passes week 2 against New England. 5 more touchdown passes against the Cowboys. Make it, Charles, 14 now on the year. And actually, Denny Deere, one of our producers, is telling me in my ear that that's more than anyone has ever thrown through 3 games in NFL history.
Yeah, and that MVP discussion was a huge topic in the offseason, wasn't it? How could Russell Wilson never get a vote? Well, the way the voting is kind of an all-or-nothing thing. You know, it's not like one of those graduated scales with so many points for each vote. But the bottom line is it became a crusade, didn't it? Russell Wilson, how could he not win an MVP? But the best part is he's actually earning it. You just mentioned it. 5 touchdown passes against New England. 5 more against the Dallas Cowboys. Back-to-back tough games at home that they found a way to win, largely because of Russell Wilson's efforts. This Seahawks team, you better keep an eye on them. Now they go to Miami. Could that be an upset special? Then they're home for a minute.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson steps away. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side. Went over the middle, got the 6 though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
Is good.
And he's got it up and through. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot.
Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Good for a Seahawks.
Here's Carson. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Chris Carson.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's third and
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll try to run with Carson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it will come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it? And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Complete to Travis Kelce.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
22 yards.
Sammy Watkins is a former first-round pick in the NFL, and he sure reminded us during Kansas City's run to the playoffs last season. 10 catches in the AFC Championship game and a 98-yard receiving game in Super Bowl 54. He did talk about possibly stepping away and getting some time in the offseason, but Kansas City very happy to have him back in their lineup and in their fold.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And going, and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4-yard line.
For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Mahomes to throw once more. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson.
Touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
For the point after.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
They've broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Floating one, incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. Three 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
49-yard line.
Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. We saw Chris Carson lead the way in that first half. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Harrison.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
No!
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
And 10 yards to go.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
At the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett the Seahawks add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Hardman on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Mecole Hardman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Mahomes pass complete. A fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Steps away to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg Olsen, 27 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Hardman on the return. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Mecole Hardman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 31-yard
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, Charles, let's step aside, different topic here for a second. Unfortunately, the NFL lost a legend earlier in this first month of the 2020 season. Hall of Fame running back Gale Sayers passed away at 77. And Sayers, the youngest man ever inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, was just 34 years of age when he got that honor back in 1977.
And a big reason why? He had to retire early. He only played 7 years in the NFL. but what a run before injuries really cut his career short. In fact, he played the equivalent of 4 full seasons out of those 7 that he played because of injuries. But he was first-team All-Pro 5 times, led the league in rushing twice, and still holds the record.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Loss of 6 yards. Another 3.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's more on the return. Skirts by him at the 35. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter. Good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Well, CD, we are 3 weeks into the NFL season, so curious to get maybe your biggest surprise so far. Would it be the Bears at 3-0?
Yeah, I think that's a great candidate for that big surprise team. I think you're right about that, partner, because, look, Green Bay, are we overly shocked? Seattle, overly shocked? No and no. Buffalo, I thought they'd be the AFC East frontrunners anyway. Pittsburgh, they got Big Ben back, and they've got that great defense. But Chicago, so inconsistent on offense, especially in 2 of the first 3 games of the season. Nick Foles took over in their big win in Atlanta, and he'll probably carry them the rest of the way.
Yeah, 7 remaining unbeatens in the NFL after 3 weeks of the regular season.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st and 10.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Throwing again. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the score. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
At their own 22-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard. Line. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Cut. Mike 5-4.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he's got this down to the 30.
On the keeper. Brought down at the 35-yard line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
It's
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Wilson escaping the pressure right. It got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Out to his left. He'll find Metcalf. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And he's going to keep. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. down, Seattle. David Moore, 53 yards. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. The extra point now coming from Myers. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Hardman on the return. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometime.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now Myers for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now here comes Kansas City. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
35-yard line.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Travis Kelsey.
And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Seahawks here as well.